That was a little interesting. And I love it when when all our info just flows and we look so cohesive as a team, even though it's not planned. That's the beauty of us, right? All right. So last week, Chad dialed in on getting back to the basics. And we're going to dive a little deeper into that today. Okay. How many of you believe that the market is a little challenging today? I love the laugh. Right? But how many of you are still looking to grow? Oh, I love it. Like maybe 8 of y'all. That's awesome. Love it. Love it. All right. All right. So then would you agree that if your actual activity doesn't change, neither will your results? Right? Okay. So that's what today's about a little bit. Okay. It's not about the market. It's about what you do. Okay. So this is actually going to be interactive. Okay. I'm going to have a couple of activities in this. So you're going to need your phone, something to write with, and then you've got a piece of paper in front of you. If you actually flip it over right now, it's where you can take notes for any ahas that you may get through this that you want to take notes on to implement. Okay. And you're going to get homework. Right? We're back to school. Okay. All right. If you want to sum this up, just in case you guys are going to start running out of here any minute, you can sum it up with one quote right out of shift. All right. You must be more rigorous and resolute in your lead generation than ever before and more than anyone else. You need to know how to measure it more than anyone else. Are you doing that right now? Right. In fact, now is the time to shift your lead generation activities into the highest gear possible. Are you? You asked me, so I'm asking you. Yeah, I mean, you said, wait, so I said, are you? I'm asking you. Okay. So that, if we had to sum it up, that begins with these 3 things right here. Okay. Time on task over time. Leads are now scarce. You need to find more of them than ever before. Right. So make lead gen. I love how it's theme music. Make lead generation your #1 priority. Okay. Take time daily, time block the time to lead generate. Top grade your lead sources. What does that mean? That means to stop doing what's not working. Okay. Find out what is working and double down. Look through your business, find the lead sources that are working and double down. And then, of course, reach out with consistency and value. Okay. This is about what Verna was talking about. What's your message? Is it matching the market? And what's the method in which you're delivering it? Okay. All right. So motivation and motivated leads. What are motivated leads? How do you define that? Well, this is how we define it. Able, ready, and willing. What does that mean? Able, ready, and willing. Able. Okay. They have the means to go through with the transaction. They are pre-approved to buy, or they can afford to sell right now. All right. Able. Now, ready. They have a reason or motivation to do it now, right? To move now. And willing. They are agreeable to do what it takes to move now. I'm curious, how many of you are asking the questions when you're out there and you're lead generating? Who wants to buy or sell? Is that what you're asking? Hey, do you want to buy or sell? That's the wrong question you're asking, right? A better question would be, who needs to buy or sell? Who needs to buy or sell? So who needs to buy or sell? You've heard us say this a few times now, but here it is on a slide. Okay. The 6 Ds define motivated buyers or sellers. If you don't know these or you've never jotted them down, here they are in front of you. All right. #1, death. Heirs need expert advice. Is that going to be you? Divorce? Hey, sometimes divorcees, not only do they need to sell their primary residence, they are also, there's potentially that they could need 2 other properties for themselves, for each of them. And in order to get those 2 properties, they need to sell their primary, their residence that they had together. Dependents, right? Families expanding, they need bigger space, larger space. Okay, downsizing clearly defines it. Empty nesters maybe need to get something smaller. Deployment. Now, deployment does not just mean military. Deployment could be relocation, job transfers, right? And dividends. Investors. In markets like these, investors come out and they pounce on quote unquote good deals, right? We're seeing that now. Investors are coming back. A lot more investors were always around. There's always opportunity to invest. That is increasing though as the market stabilizes, right? Isn't that what we're seeing? So if you want to, who are motivated? It's right here. Who are the motivated? Who need to sell? Would you agree that all these people need to sell? Okay. So best ways to find Ds. Come on, give me some ideas. Best ways to find some Ds. One more time. Read the obituaries. He's going straight to the death card. All right, I love it. All right, you could. All right, okay, top one on the list. Anybody else? Come on. Divorce attorneys. I love that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Social media. All right, let me back that up since Brandon said divorce attorneys. Okay. Ways to get into relationships with to lead generate the Ds. I love the divorce attorneys. Who else?
Estate planners.
Estate planners, great one.
Recruiters.
Okay. I know. I see some long faces over here. Come on, guys, wake up. One more time. Financial planners. All right. I like that. Financial planners. Okay. We said lawyers, estate attorneys. How about funeral homes? Shouldn't have laughed. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Funeral homes. How about getting involved in the neighborhoods and schools, places of worship? You're going to make contacts that are going to have consumers associated with the Ds, right? Corporate relo offices. How about that? Partner with corporate relo offices for the relocations. I like that. Professional caregivers. Absolutely. Yeah, they're going to have to sell their home and then move into some kind of assisted living, right? Absolutely. Yes. Okay. All right, here we go. So here's the first activity. This one involves your phone. Get it out. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes on this one. First minute is to look through your associations. Think about all your associations. Who can you associate that may fall under this one of these D categories? And send them a text. Right now, send them a text. Not, I'll do it later. Not, let me think about it. Let me pretend to send a text. Let me be on Facebook. No, send a text. Make it a care call at first. Check in on them. I can give you some examples. If you're going to be, if it's a death card or one of those, you can always say, hey, I understand, or a divorce, you can say, I understand that this might be a sensitive subject. Yet, have you thought about da, da, da. I would love to help you with that. I would love to consult you on that. Would you be available for a quick meet? Cheyenne, you're staring at me. Start typing. Come on, I love it. Look at the activity. I would love to hear a ding or a buzz come back. Let me know if you get a reply. Online, I hope you're doing this. Online. Again, think about your associates, your contacts, your sphere. Who can you relate to with one of the Ds? And reach out to them. Send a text. Somebody tell me if they get a response. It might be incentivized. All right, 30 seconds and then we're going. Love the typing. I see a bunch of it. I see some smiles. That better not be Instagram. Oh yeah, I guess you could DM. You could. Yeah, you could. You could. All right. Finish up those texts. If you get a valuable, oh, we got a reply. Oh no, that was scared me. Yeah. All right. If you get a reply, please let me know. Okay. A constructive reply. All right. It's time to get real. Mindset is big. Mindset's big. You don't get to decide what the market will do, but you definitely get to decide what you will do. Again, it's not about the market. It's about what you do. When the market changes, you don't slow down. You ramp it up. Okay, so lead generation. Gary says it's a contact sport. Okay. Connect with people through prospecting and marketing. We're going to get into these. All right. Once you meet your new lead, you either do business with them immediately or you don't. Either way, once you've met them, you put them in your database and you stay in touch with them forever. Right? This is where I always tell y'all, whenever you meet a contact, you're asking yourself, what? Is this now business or is this future business? If it's now business, they should be immediately an opportunity so they don't fall through the cracks and you can keep track of that lead and follow up consistently. If it's future business, we want to stay top of mind. We stick them on a smart plan because we want to consistently be connecting with them. Right? So show of hands. How confident are you that you can find enough leads to meet your goal? Everybody's got goals, right? We have 1 back there. Okay, 2. Okay, Mike, great. Majority didn't have your hands raised. So what are we going to do about that? All right, so tell me something. What do you think has to change in how you're looking for leads? What do you think has to change? Putting more time into lead generating. Okay. Being more sociable. Yeah. Right. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Being more intentional. Purposeful. Love it. Okay. Anybody else? Thinking outside of the box. Sure. Right. What value are you providing? Absolutely. I saw attitude online. Yeah. Mindset and attitude. Now, this whole thing's about mindset, right? Okay. Are you lead generating for 3 hours or more per day? Like what top producing agents do? Are you time blocking enough time to be lead generating for at least 3 hours a day? Purposeful lead generation. The answer is no. So what's holding you back from consistently lead generating every day? Yourself, okay? You don't have to answer it. But if it's things that you're prioritizing over lead generating and you want to be successful in this business, you're probably focusing more on the 80% that doesn't give you results or give you money. And you're not focusing on the 20% that's actually your results. So think about that. Okay. Build confidence with the basics. Make sure you're practicing conversations, know your market, and have faith in yourselves, guys. Respect your expertise. You're the local expert of choice. Have faith in that. And it's okay to say that, hey, that's a really great question. Let me find the answer out for you. And you have an entire team of colleagues and leadership here to help you out. Right, Amanda? Right? That's better than the reason why I called her out is because she said this morning. Okay. So it's okay to say that. Yeah. Remember the stat, 90% of consumers, and this is not an old stat. This is a current stat. 90% of the consumers still use agents in representing their transactions. And as the market gets tougher, that number is going to increase because they're going to need that expertise. And remember, not every agent is created equal, right? No matter what the condition of the market, there'll always be more than enough sales for you to personally reach your goals. Right? What was the saying? Just because there's less opportunity doesn't mean there has to be less opportunity for you. Absolutely, Dangoon. That's right. All right, so let's get it right. What's your action plan? All right, number 1, plus your lead generation plan. Pursue only motivated leads. What was that? Yeah, not yet. Well, they can, but we're going to get to that. Okay. And focus on prospecting with messages that matter. Okay. More. That's the answer. More. What's lead generation plan? More time, more conversations, more leads, more appointments. That will lead to more contracts. More. Be purposeful about it. Most of you aren't doing more. The come to Jesus moment. Okay. Pursue only motivated leads, right? Time is money, is it not? So where are you going to make your money if you're purposefully lead generating and you don't have either to waste if you want to be successful in this market, right? Your lead generation time is best spent pursuing motivated leads. So that being said, do not focus on what doesn't work. Focus on what does work and double down on it. So what you should be doing is assessing your business and focusing on what's working for you. So look at all your lead sources. What are lead sources? How do you define lead source? Sphere of influence farming, that is a lead source. It's where your business is coming from. That's a lead source. Right? So assess, where is all your business coming from? Lay it out and do the activity of where you see success. So in 2023, when we had done some research of our top producing agents in the company, right, there were 3 lead sources that stuck out over everything else. What was number 1? Yeah, Sphere and database. That was number 1. Number 2, open houses. Open houses are back. Okay. And number 3, social media, internet lead generation. Those 3 on average were the top 3 lead sources for top producing agents in this company. So they're going to focus on those and double down on it. Yours could be door knocking. If that's what's working for you, double down on that and go. If you've done door knocking and it hasn't been working, or if you've done open houses and you've looked at your transaction, how many of your transactions came from open houses? If you're not good at converting those, well, focus on what's working. Okay, so homework number 1. Homework number 1 is look at your lead sources. Where's your business coming from? What's working? Find your top lead sources and double and triple down on that. Okay, so that's homework number 1. Make sure you do it. This is part of your action plan for the rest of the year. Prospecting and marketing, huge difference. We get so caught up in all the marketing because Greg's so awesome. He is. Yet you got to be purposeful about it. Focus on the prospecting first. Be prospect based and then marketing enhanced. To have your marketing enhance your prospecting. That's way more purposeful lead generation. So what is prospecting? Well, it's defined right here. Generating leads through your actions and words in person or via other direct methods. And reaching out directly to people. This is two-way interaction and two-way conversations. Marketing is typically one way. So when you market, but you've already prospected with your consumer, it's way more impactful marketing. It's just enhancing the prospecting you're already doing. All right. And then creating messages that matter. Right? This is the message versus matching the message matching your market. Exactly what Verna just mentioned earlier. Okay. Anytime you're creating your message, ask yourself 2 questions. You should be asking yourself these 2 questions every time you're creating a message to send out. Number 1, I would probably suggest writing these if you don't know these. Why would they want to contact you? Why would they want to contact you? And number 2, what would they get if they did? What's your value? What's the value that they're getting from connecting with you? So as you're creating your messages to market, make sure you're asking yourself these questions. And is that what your message is conveying? Okay, because, right, these 2 principles will always exist. People will contact you if there is a direct benefit to them. What's in it for me? And 2, your message would make an offer to get a response. A MOFR. Make an offer for immediate response. Your message, right, must make them respond. Yes or no? They're willing to do business with you now, direct message, or maybe in the future. All right. So let's create that action plan. So let's evaluate what we've talked about, right? So first, make sure you're staying focused on that 20%, 80-20 principle. Look out for some pretty cool things we're going to do with the 80-20 principle. Make sure that lead generation is your top priority. It's your big rocks. Have you created time blocking around this lead generation activities? Finding the motivated, and you'll use it to focus on lead generation. Motivated, who is motivated in this market? And I have a plan to pursue them. We talked about the D's, right? Find the motivated. Reach out to them. Know your 3 lead generation, top lead gen sources. What's your top lead sources? And double down on those. And then always, always, always stay connected with your database in a systematic way and leverage technology for that. All right. Make sure you're always asking yourself, is anytime you meet somebody, is this new business or future business? Now business, excuse me, now business or future business. Now business will always be opportunities. That way leads don't fall through the cracks. And future business, smart plans. That way you can connect with them in a systematic way. Consistency is important. If you're going to email them in 2 straight days and then not email them for another 28, is that consistent? Or they're going to forget, as opposed to you giving them a piece of value by email every 2 weeks. It's consistently connecting with them, consistently reaching out to them on a quarterly basis to have a care call, as opposed to calling them 4 times in a week and then never calling them for another 51 weeks, right? That's consistency and systematically. All right. So second piece of homework, it's the sheet that you guys have. I would love for you to rate yourselves on these 5 skills. Okay, where are you at currently in this activity? And then create a plan to succeed in those categories. I highly, highly insist that you do this and then follow this. For those of you that actually did not raise your hands earlier because you did not have a plan, well, let's start creating that plan. Okay, so the summary. Okay, lead generation never goes out of style. It's your most important priority if you're going to make this work. And when the market adapts, you need to adapt with it. Okay, make sure you're doing more than the next person. Okay, the 6 Ds are your best sources for finding motivated leads now, those who need to move. Right, lead generation is a contact sport. Okay, focus on your best lead sources and keep continuing to grow and feed that database. So I'm going to leave you with this quote. When the market changes, you don't slow down, you ramp it up. So go ramp it up. Okay, guys, appreciate that. I hope that was a lot of value. Because as you can see, us as a leadership team, we're passionate about because this is even something that we're working through right now. So please, 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 if you don't have an action plan, start creating it. Find those motivated leads. That's where your business is going to come from.